The States of Illusion. I'm Brother Harder. Co-hosting with me today is the great Uncle Roger. And today we really want to go into, we know it's a problem in Black America amongst ourselves. And a lot of people who don't know how to address the topic in the room is, what is the simple solution? It's not a simple solution until you understand why you invested into it. So without further ado, we found a great video clip by the brother right here we found on TikTok. And I want to let this run through entirety, and we'll be back to really start the show.
All right, y'all, look. For everybody that keep asking me, what's the solution? You know, like it's my job to think for grown-ass people, or like one dude on social media supposed to architect a whole nation overnight. Let me say this to you straight. You're asking the wrong question. And half the time when y'all ask for a solution, what y'all really mean is, tell me how to make all black people magically unify under one banner and stop beefing with each other. And I hate to tell you, that's not a solution, that's a fantasy. And when you try to force a fantasy on other people, you create resentment. And that's unnecessary conflict, that's 100% avoidable, and cultural policing. But here's the truth in plain English. A collective is made up of individuals, in case you didn't know that. And if the individuals ain't solid, neither is the collective. Because y'all keep wanting unity, but you refuse to look at the internal rot, the opportunists, the sellouts, the clout chasers, the fake leaders, the religious divisions, the political contradictions, and the fact that we don't even agree on a basic moral code. I mean, how you gonna scream, we all need to come together, when we can't even agree on gender roles? We can't even agree on family structure, what masculinity and femininity look like, who we supposed to be loyal to, what we're building and who we're building it for, let alone what a fucking win even looks like. That's not unity, that's forced group think. And forced group think always turns into policing, shaming, and placing obligations on people that they never consented to. And before you accuse me of spreading division, the lanes already existed long before I said anything about it. You don't believe me? We got religious and spiritual black men, street black men, intellectual black men, family first black men, manosphere red pill passport bros, FBA pro black men, conservative black men, pan-Africanists, cultural activists, and economic first black men. All I'm doing is calling it what it is instead of pretending we all one big unified family with the same goals, and you know damn well we're not. And then here's the part y'all don't want to admit. Black people as a whole love placing obligations on other black people without their consent. Such as, we supposed to. As black men, we need to. Black women should. Real black people gotta. It's our duty to. Man, miss me with that. Half of those demands are coming from people who don't even live by the fucking standards they trying to push off on the rest of us. That's why I don't see it as a bad thing. I see, if anything, it will actually reduce conflict, resentment, fake unity, and will stop setting each other up for disappointment. And then you want to know what the funniest part is? We've been separating ourselves. Because religious denominations don't mix. You got hood versus suburb mentality conversations, political factions, gender wars, diaspora beefs, manosphere subgroups, black conservatives versus black liberals, street dudes versus the educated lane. I didn't make all of that up. And all of those lanes got their own rules, their own vibe, and their own goals. So why are you mad at me for saying it out loud and putting a structure around it? Y'all act like me calling the play for what it is division. But what's more divisive? Me telling the truth about it, or pretending unity exists while we backstab each other in silence? Because y'all keep wanting unity, but you refuse to look at everything that I mentioned. The internal rot, the clout chasers, the fake leaders, the political contradictions, and the fact that we don't even agree on a simple moral code. I didn't make none of that stuff up. You see all of the stuff that I just called out because I'm damn sure seeing it. Nobody's asking you if you want to participate. Nobody's asking you if your goals align. Nothing. They just automatically assume because you got the same skin color they got, you got the same best interest, and they start making demands out of you. And that's how resentment builds until somebody decides that they're ready to check out. Black people don't need to come together first. We need to come correct first. So the solution is simple. Figure out what lane you belong in. Build with the people in that lane and stop demanding a one-size-fits-all unity from a people who don't even agree on what the enemy is or what progress looks like. I mean, if you want unity, that's cool. But start with alignment. Start by being honest with yourself. Start with boundaries. And most importantly, start with the fucking individual first. Because the collective can't be stronger than the men inside it. That's the solution. Let each individual go their own way, build with those people, and guess what? As long as they're not harming you or doing anything to violate your rights, mind your fucking business. That's the video. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Alright, y'all.
That was, in my opinion, right on time, truthfully spoken. He spoke with a passion of his own consciousness. With that being said, Uncle Roger, go ahead and set us up with your initial.
Well, that brother spoke hard. I don't know. I'm not on. You got me on the big camera, so if anybody watching this video, you see what's behind me right here.
Go ahead, Uncle.
You got the hard truth against fake promise.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather have that hard truth, no matter how bad it hurts, because it's hard. You can use that as stepping stones, but that fake promise, if you step on it, it's gonna give out. So you're gonna be spinning in circles, you know. And I always look at it. That's one thing, man, that I liked about Michael Jackson when he was singing. There was one song that he made that was my favorite of all, and that was "Man in the Mirror."
Okay.
Because he's saying, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Hey, I got to give you that, man. I got to give you that. Because that's what Mike did. In that one song, I'm not going to go through his journey of life, but that one song, he did speak volume. Because this the issue. It's a lot of different lanes, and the brother eloquently already broke the lanes down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of lanes. And the thing is, find your lane and stay in that lane. Because at some point, we got to hit the wall and say, hey, we can't run through it like this. I'm putting myself on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I have always wanted it to be black people. That's just how I am. Is where I grew up, the way I was raised. Like I always wanted to see black people as this unit that others appear to have. And the reason I say appear to have is because we see all these other groups in America, for example. We see the Asians, your Latinos, you see your white people, you see all these different, and they seem to look like they stick together.
Mm-hmm.
And they do. And we do too, but it's in different forms, right? Mm-hmm. The parts that would expose their communities ain't on the camera. Mm. It ain't on the poster. So we the face of dysfunction. And all this brother doing is saying, before we can be united, we got to come correct. And to come correct is to start with yourself. Mm. That's number one. So I see this topic gonna get good because we're gonna go through his conversation and stop it and break it down in our own words. You know what I'm saying? Just to add on to what the brother eloquently he done built something for I can see his consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can see his consciousness. So I definitely want to allow him to go back, and we'll do our reaction from this point. But go ahead before I do that.
Well, I feel what he's saying, man. You know, something that I learned something doing this myself just now, doing what he was saying. You know, I've always said, like, I always use the word synergy, which means the sum of its parts are greater together as a group than they are individual.
Yes, sir.
But he was saying, because the individual and the collective is no good.
If the individual writing, if the individuals in the collective is writing on their own, the collective gonna be writing too.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So he asking y'all to hold yourself accountable. And we're gonna get into it, but let me let him go back
All right.
from the beginning, and we're going.
Oh, look. For everybody that keep asking me, what's the solution? You know, like it's my job to think for grown-ass people, or like one dude on social media supposed to architect a whole nation overnight.
See, he already on game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people. If you can go talk to some people and black power this, black power that, just hammer home white. We need to do this. We gotta get this together. And a lot of people always say, man, that ain't realistic, man. What we gotta do? What's the solution? And then you trap because you at that moment you got to realize the solution is. First, you got to discover what the problem is. You can't have a solution if you don't have an understanding of the problem. And see, the problem get mixed up when you start thinking it's the white man's fault. No, it's our fault. And then you get in a delusion, of a state of delusion, the moment you can't decide who gave you the problem.
Tell him, nephew.
Right? It's always a problem. It's the problem. It's just part of it. Now a lot of us just want the solution because a lot of us not willing to put in the work. Right? You can see the problem. You done existed through the problem. You end a problem, and you looking for a solution, but you never identified what the problem is. The brother starting to show off in true form. How y'all gonna ask me what the solution is? Like I can just go on camera and be in front of the world and whatever I say gonna fix it all. And this the way we got. And see, he gonna go through it and we're gonna share that with y'all. But he breaking this down. But right up to now, which is just only for like 14, 15 seconds, so I'll bring it back. But what he's saying to start the first 15 seconds is, people are asking me, what is the solution? And I'm saying on my own version of his conversation, I ain't looking for the solution until I can help you identify the problem, right? Well, how you gonna create a solution?
Don't know what the problem
and don't know
is.
what the problem is. It wouldn't make sense. But go ahead, the floor yours.
Well, he also said some stuff like, "It fix this problem overnight." That's not going to happen. And even if it did happen, if it can be fixed overnight, then it can be rebroken overnight. So it's just going to take one step at a time.
One step,
One step at a time.
It's going to take accountability. It's going to take, like you said, the man in the mirror, right?
Yep.
It's definitely going to take a lot. But you know what? The man in the mirror, that's a good song, but I'm just thinking about it now, right? That's a dangerous place to be in if the man in the mirror don't know who he is. You're not gonna find yourself in the man in the mirror and not know who you are. Some people in that mirror live in a fantasy. They see themselves as the one person who don't do bad or don't do wrong.
You deep, brother.
You ain't gonna find the man in the mirror because you gonna say, it ain't my problem. It ain't my fault. I didn't have nothing to do with it. It's all on y'all. Basically, you're gonna lose accountability with any form of ego or pride. And then we got to go into, I ain't gonna go through the whole show. Let him start from the beginning because I got a lot for this one tonight, man. I do, man. This a good conversation.
Yeah.
That should have been being had on the regular. But see, a conversation like his is different on this one thing. You can go online and you can find different divisions talking about every problem that he's speaking on. You can go online and find people blacks arguing Republican, Democrat, Muslim, and a Christian, the hood versus the college, mentalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people breaking all of this down. So he's saying our unified roof got to be, y'all stick to that division which you great in. Don't bring your division from over there to tell us how to run this lane. This is what we do, right? And he going through it, man, but let me get it back to him right quick.
All right, y'all, look. For everybody that keep asking me, what's the solution? Like it's my job to think for grown-ass people, or like one dude on social media supposed to architect a whole nation overnight. Let me say this to you straight. You're asking the wrong question.
There you go.
And half the time when y'all ask for a solution, what y'all really mean is, tell me how to make all black people magically unify under one banner and stop beefing with each other.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, man, look, I'm going to throw this out here.
Go ahead.
Now, everybody not got to take a look at yourself, because I think part of the problem with us not coming together, we all do it. We get into this little comfort zone, and we say, well, I'm doing fine. But then we don't want to step out and try to make it better for everybody.
There you go. You on one.
And we stay right there. And me and nephew talked about this before we even started the show. Comfort kills more dreams than failure ever did. When you're not even trying, you already done failed. All right. So what we gonna do? Which way are we going?
Right.
Like nephew already said too. You got to identify the problem. It's not always everybody else. Start with looking at what problem you may have within yourself.
Yeah.
And then that way you can make a difference.
And we doing this for everybody that look like us, who want black people to run the show and be the kings and queens we was announced as or heard to be. For us to actually get closer to that, it's got to be a lot of changes, right? We got to learn some form of linking. We got to learn how to mind our business, but we definitely got to go ahead and discuss the root cause of our delusions. It's a root cause for the way a person carries and thinks. It's root causes. Now, some people put the right now moment as the issue, and then they let the root cause off the hook. You see what I'm saying? The moment you become a Democrat or Republican, and now you can just blame the Republicans for a certain situation, you let everybody else off the hook who was in the game too. And that's what's going on. So we allowing the people to, they done gave us the power to destroy ourselves in so many words. We don't need no new help to destroy us. Ain't nobody got to come to just attack us at this point. We so beaten down that, and we got strength in every industry. Every industry in America, we got a certain strength to it because it's our true culture. And the separation is horrible, man. At this point, man, the separation on unifying ourselves, and he gonna get into it, and we'll go from there. But check it out.
And I hate to tell you, that's not a solution. That's a fantasy. And when you try to force a fantasy on other people, you create resentment. And that's unnecessary conflict. That's 100% avoidable. And cultural policing.
Cultural policing. You can go on any social media website and find black people calling other black people out. I done it. I do it too, right? On my shows, I will roast your ass.
And that's what it takes. We talking about accountability, right?
That's right. Like, I'll roast you. If, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just certain things, like, I don't know if I can use the word, my moral value system, if it don't align with the way you moving yours, you might be black, and I ain't gonna just do every show about white people, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, YT people, they so used to being the blame that they ain't got to pay a lot of attention to that. They don't have to spend all their energy. We ain't the problem. We didn't do this. They at a point where they just telling us to get over it, right? And We can't get over that. Y'all gonna have to pay for that at some point. We're not gonna get over that. So I hope all people, whether you're Republican or Democratic or whoever in between that's black and fought for a cause, supposedly, wink, wink, I wonder if you really fighting for a cause, because we get these educations, we get these high placements in big companies, and we begin to believe we done finally joined the force that help us. We done finally figured out it worked for me. You didn't do something right. You see what I'm saying? And you can go into that. You ain't doing something right from a pastor. You can go on, you ain't doing something right for somebody who done dedicated working 7 days a week the rest of their life. Say, man, you ain't working hard enough. You need 2 jobs. So we done learn how to corner ourselves off with belief and illusions that have no outcome for your kind. Now, you may feel separated. A lot of us feel separated. Rich people who came out the hood, make it to a rapper or a basketball player or something, man, once they separate, they gonna carry that torch as that's where they from. Some of them do. But the majority of them can't never do nothing to fix where they came from.
Right.
So you can go on over there and celebrate in that world where you outnumbered. You gonna be outnumbered, but you gonna still feel like you're doing better than the rest of us. But what you gotta remember, Building 23 will always have an extra floor or extra house or extra apartment. It's gonna always be something to say, you got your Negro wake-up call, and now you're back around the people you thought you finally had escaped. See, a lot of us trying to escape each other. So a part of why we don't have a solution is because we don't even want to do it with each other. Like, our separation horrible, man. Somebody in the hood gonna say, man, I don't go, man, the church, man, the preacher, man, because I done said it. You know that, huh?
Yeah.
That, man, they just robbed me, man. They ain't teaching you that, you know. And then the man in the church saying, the brothers don't trust or believe in God. You know what I'm saying? It get funny like that sometimes. So, like, it's a lot of separation. And I ain't talking relationships with every person in separation. I'm saying we so divided on what we are, who we are, how we supposed to move together. Our collective is so broken. That's what this brother's saying. The collective is broken because the individual was broken first. But go ahead, the flow yours.
Well, that is so true, man. And one thing I think we have to stop is the blame game.
There you go. You go.
We will blame this and that and this and that, but we don't realize that, hey, we all living in a glass house. I throw rocks at your house, you can throw rocks at mine. Both of our houses gonna be broken.
That's right.
And nobody's gaining.
That's right.
And we just knocking each other down, trying to just stepping over each other, and you're spinning tires and ain't getting nowhere.
Ain't getting nowhere. And see, it's things, man. You know, you ever heard of the 7 deadly venoms, for example, right? What's one of the 7 deadly venoms? Do you know any of them?
Well, I ain't gonna hold up no time because I ain't gonna be able to name it right off the top of my head.
For example, jealousy.
That is the biggest one.
Greed. Envy. Those some of the 7 deadly venoms, right?
Well, you cutting deep with that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But them venoms, and see, these venoms, man, is what give us our lane. When you find that this worked for you, it might not work for everybody look like you, but it helped you. And you go down that lane and you just pull yourself out from the rest of the pack that ain't doing what you doing. So our separation runs deep. And see, we're not constructed on a grassroots level to where we can survive with each other. I think I did a show about, it's on my, I'm trying to find it for tonight though. But I did a solo show on the $6 dollar bill in the black neighborhood. So once I pay you, I give you money for your service or your product as a black owner, and I purchase and support your business, 6 hours after the money that you made off of me, it's going into another person's community. And see, we can all come on camera and say, man, black people, if we was our own country, we'd be like number 8 in the world with revenue sharing and money and GDP and all of this and that. And the fact is, how we making our money? Who hands does your money run through? Because a lot of us who make real money not making it on their own. Now you can be the best singer, the best football player in the world, and say, man, he can throw that football from one end of the touchdown to the other. You know, end zone to end zone. He his arm strong and he can run fast and he can jump. But he gonna always get paid from somebody with more than him. Right? Every contract he get gonna come from somebody with more than him. Right?
Yeah,
you ain't never gonna hire somebody
That's got more than you got. Already.
that's gonna make more money on the job that you hired them to.
No.
Right?
That's
Go
not
ahead.
No, that's not gonna happen. And then you got people, you know, I've always been the one that I didn't care how much money you had, how much education you had, how much beautiful materialistic stuff you had. All that stuff never affected me the way I look at it. I look at it, people like, look, I'm gonna tell you something. My nephew sitting here. His purpose, man, he done found his purpose, and his purpose is helping people. And ever since he been doing that, he's still as good as gold person. Hasn't changed a bit. He's still just as grounded as anybody I've ever seen. And that's what it takes. You know, we'll get this all this education and money and material stuff, and then all of a sudden we think we're better than anybody else.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what we all got to do, all us Black Americans, what we all got to do, only but one thing that we got to do, and stay black and die.
Well, you know what? That used to just be a choice, but now with these bleaching creams, with these bleaching creams, you ain't even got to do that no more.
You got to stay black.
Because I remember growing up hearing that. All you got to do is stay black until you die. Man, and that meant something, man. As a kid, you hear that's just some kind of rhythm in your environment, but that got a meaning to it, man.
Yeah.
But we so broken down as a collective. And this is what the brother right here on camera doing for us tonight. He is breaking down what a collective is, ain't, and why it's not. He giving us the is, ain'ts, and why it's nots. You see what I'm saying? He telling us, man, look, we gonna have to get out each other's way. Because those who really want to see change in Black America on a different mission, we don't have the same taste. We don't have the same desires. We don't have the same energy, right?
Right.
Those who really want to pull Black America together, you can't do it in a rally where somebody just got shot.
No.
Right? That ain't the way to start it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't where you started. Then you got those that say, man, just let go and let God. And then you got those say, well, man, we've been waiting on that to happen. That didn't happen. Then we got those that say, man, we got to vote and get the right person in office. And most of the time when we seeing somebody that look like us to power or position, what happened?
They come in.
They go in and never come out the same. Now, when they go in, shaking heads and all, but they never write a law that got passed that it really benefited just Black people. You know, every law that's supposed to benefit just Black people, they always get compromised. So if we sending our leaders, and that's another thing, what is a leader? Because I can definitely give you definition on a fake leader. I can give you definition on a fake leader. A fake leader always make things appear to be normal. It make things appear to be as it can't get no better. A fake leader always got what you don't have. A true leader is a leader of his soul, your consciousness. How do you protect your consciousness on a 7-day basis? If you only had 7 days to master yourself, how would you start? Would you start by trying to fill your pockets with money?
That's not going to answer.
Would you start by eating healthy?
That could help.
You know,
keep you around.
So what is a leader? And see, we got leaders from all these different divisions of what Blackness is. From financial gurus, motivational gurus, prosperity gurus. Man, we getting this hit from every which way but loose. And the moment we say, hey man, that speak to me. this speaks to my soul. You gonna go on that train.
Mm.
And once you on your train, you gonna be looking at the other train and say, man, they ain't doing it right. They ain't doing how we doing it. And there go your crack in the wall. And from there, it's divide and conquer, and that's what we living on. That supremacy ain't got a color no more.
Mm.
The divide and conquer looks like you in the mirror.
Mm.
If you know you got a purpose and you don't live up to it to fight for your cause, if you highly educated in a certain field, it could be from robotics, engineering, anything IT related to a medical system. If you in a field with a big title, big name, big check, and you ain't doing nothing for your kind, Pacific with education, you ain't educated. You're not educated at that point. That's not education.
Right.
That's training. You've been trained to stay away from the rest of us. Go ahead, the floor yours.
You're right. Education ain't always numbers and letters, right? But we got it's talking about leaders. All right. Well, I think what we have to do, why not be your own leader? All right. And this social media thing got people so wired up that they believe in whatever they see on social media instead of thinking for themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, everything on social media ain't true and right. If it is, you'll be able to discern what's real and what's not.
Not nowadays, Uncle. I won't lie.
It's hard to do that.
Discernment. Listen, man. Social media done gave everybody a bigger microphone to say nothing. Now, it is some of us on here, including us right now, so subscribe, share, and please damn hit the like button. But we're not getting paid to spend time to share our conversation or consciousness back to the camera. Now, that's a goal that I do have in mind. I do ask for that support from any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? And now, we growing with every show we putting together. And the fact of the matter is right now, I don't look, man, from friends to family. All y'all know I love black people. Y'all know that. I ain't saying I'm racist to no other people because I rock with you if you rock with me and you respectful. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Hide
right.
your anger before I find your anger. That'd be the easiest way. You know what I'm saying? But black people, man, it's so hard to do business with you sometimes. It's like you always get compared to other people. When you bring the people something that's specifically designed for their benefit, a lot of people gonna resent you. It's like the old saying, never speak wise words to a fool because they gonna hate you for it. You see what I'm saying? So we can't even communicate, man. Communication is key. You ain't gonna build no understanding without no communication. Anybody think we should just be, oh, he black, I'm black. We should be able to understand each other. Nope. We could have shared the same experience and had two different realities from it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we boxed in ways that some of us don't even realize you boxed in. This system done conquered people that look successful. It's successful people, black people in America right now. You're seeing with everything you wish you could have. They look successful, but guess what? They boxed in the lifetime contracts, for example, right? They boxed in the always kneeling before the throne to have what we think they got. So we messed up, man. We just completely, we destroyed. I'm not saying it ain't lanes that got fight, because I'm in a lane where I feel like it ain't no way. We ain't going nowhere just easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, come to a realization that everybody ain't going with you.
Hey, we got to come to the point sometime also to think that don't keep believing that everybody's your friend. Because it comes down to the point sometimes where if somebody like, if I'm doing good, I don't went out there and bought me a Lexus. Why would people hate on me for that?
Yeah.
But that happens.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can go out and get your own. You ain't got to get what I got, but be glad with what you got. Be your own individual, regardless of what anybody else might say or might think or might like.
Mm-hmm.
If you like it, what difference does it make?
In a universal code, it would be more represented like this. What I would want for me, I would want for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I think this good for me, why would I want that to be good for you?
Exactly.
That's universe.
Yeah.
You know, that's a code of the universe. The sun covers the moon. Right?
Yeah.
The sun covers the moon. The sun bigger than the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So when the moon at work, the sun saying, get your shine on.
Mm.
The sun telling the moon, get your shine on. And the moon get its shine on, and then in the morning, the sun get its shine on.
So it's sort of like one hand washes the other.
One hand gotta wash the other.
That's the only way they're going to get clean.
It's the only way they're going to be clean. Because if you can wash one, and now, I ain't going to say it now, because you only got one hand, you can do it.
You can do it.
But
Not
that's
as good
just a
as-
saying that we saying.
Yeah.
We're just saying, you know, a bird hand rub, you know, you can come up with something.
Yeah.
But we stuck in division right now, and that's what this brother doing. He is really giving us division. And I'm really thankful that you on this show right here with me tonight, because this is a show that, you know, I've been dear to Black America, man, even to a fault.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we crash out in beliefs of our people, and our people don't have belief in themselves sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find yourself living a purpose that's not being prosperous. And I wouldn't sell you hope. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to sell nobody hope. I don't deal in hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just another dope. That's just another drug. I don't deal in hope. I done came to conclusions where I done said it multiple times, man, we doomed. And then I can't give up on who we are and how we can balance our act. So that's real, man. But this is what Black America going through. Unless you got something else, I'm going to let my brother get back on it.
Let him roll.
But here's the truth in plain English. A collective is made up of individuals, in case you didn't know that.
That's right.
And if the individuals ain't solid, neither is the collective.
Bam.
Because y'all keep wanting unity, but you refuse to look at the internal rot, the opportunists, the sellouts, the clout chasers, the fake leaders, the religious divisions, the political contradictions, and the fact that we don't even agree on a basic moral code.
See, that right there alone, this the fact we don't agree on a basic moral code. A basic moral code. That's an ethic that that's a culture that we once had.
Once.
We once seen a brother down, somebody was going to stop to pick him up. Now we're relying on organizations to do these things. There are organizations out there that probably do it, serve the people with no profit. But we got the bag chasers. Like, let me go back right here. I'm going to catch this one more time because he went in.
Plain English. A collective is made up of individuals, in case you didn't know that.
Okay.
And if the individuals ain't solid, neither is the collective.
Bam.
Because y'all keep wanting unity, but you refuse to look at the internal rot, the opportunists, the sellouts, the clout chasers, the fake leaders, the religious divisions, the political contradictions, and the fact that we don't even agree on a basic moral code.
Clout chasers, the bag chasers, the political influence, the religion, the politics, all of these things make us feel like we ain't all the same black people.
And one thing, one other thing he said just stand out to me: the eternal rot.
The eternal rot.
That rot there. Where I took it is, I'm gonna put it just in simple ground. Like,
Go ahead.
it's like if you ain't part of the solution, then you part of the problem.
Part of the problem. Right.
And way we go about with each other, it's eternal rot.
Yeah.
It's in rotten from the inside out.
Just imagine it like if we just took a glimpse of your digestive system. If we took a glimpse of your digestive system, let's say you got diabetes or something, and we say, man, your pancreas is flooded with waste. So the whole system dragging from one organ. Every organ is important. Every last one of us, we're important. We got to be more important to each other. When you don't have value in yourself, you definitely can't find value in others.
Well, is that a mouthful or what?
You see, once you can't have value in yourself, you can't have value in others. And at that point, your internal rot is only going to putrefy. It's only going to create more waste. And for us to live a clean and balanced lifestyle, we got to get rid of the waste. And the waste is all these different divisions of what Black America look like. Who is Black America? Now, the Black America that the world get is the criminal. It's the dysfunctional family. It's the over-masculine man, the over-feminized woman. You get black men say, man, I ain't dealing with no more black women. They toxic. You got black women saying black men ain't leaders. We ain't fighters. We ain't protectors. We get a balance of each other. Everything that we do get magnified. So we believe what we seeing because the majority of social media accounts and platforms, rather, that we own by people who don't care for you. Right? The majority of, and I ain't going to say YouTube. I'm going to say everybody else. But it's the majority of platforming still in your consciousness. They unbalancing your natural hormones to where you cater to your emotions. Now, your emotions might have you feeling like we got to get rid of the right or we got to get rid of the left. The Democrats doing this to us. No, it's the Republican. And you just fall apart on that. Families can't talk about who they voting for. Families who say they love each other at the dinner table won't say, hey, yeah, I'm going to vote for him or I voted for them. People like, it's that, this done got, we that separated that we can't even share or discuss your political party or their political party or why you go to church or why you don't go to church. Is God real? Is God fake? Is the nigga in the street better than the man in the college? You know, we got all these divisions to separate us. And then you get people that keep asking, well, what's the solution? How you gonna find a solution and you ain't gonna identify the problem before yours?
And they won't admit the problem. That's part of our problem.
That's a big reason.
You know, we look at it. Let me break down how divided we are. Okay, I grew up in a family. It was 9 of us, and when we ate dinner, we all sit at the table together. Now, it had to be a family in the house, and when they eat dinner, they all grab their plate and go into a different room and watch TV. And if it's starting in the family,
right?
All right, how is it going to benefit others if you can't come together inside your own house?
That is heavy game. That's a lot of truth. We that divided. Well, we divided under the same roof.
Yeah.
Not even your neighbor's house versus yours, but just in your own house. I know brothers who say they Muslim and they family or the lady they married is Christian. I see so much division, but I'm gonna tell you something. If it worked for you, I ain't got no issue with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that.
But that don't mean that we don't identify root causes of separation. Right? Because the moment we think, hey, man, I'm from the hood, or hey, man, I just graduated from Harvard, we two of the same people with two different realities. The roots done been planted for us to destroy ourselves. And we're in destroying ourselves moment because the more brothers like him, brothers like us trying to bring you communication to help you elevate your consciousness, it comes off as if we behind the times. As if we done advanced past it. We are people that done carried a trauma for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. Any chance you get to break your generational curse, did you have to sell your soul to do it? If you broke your generational curse through selling your soul, you didn't break it.
You didn't break it.
And you can go ahead and start counting people up by the millions. You can count the money up by the billions. It's plenty of people who say they broke generational curses because they became successful.
And Forgot about their roots.
The roots is all you got. Ain't no tree gonna stand without roots. Ain't no every storm come gonna blow you over if you ain't got no roots, right? Because while a tree growing branches to the eyes, the tree growing roots to the earth, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's the roots that's really the branch.
And with that saying about the roots, now this is what it's gonna take. I know we may be way behind the times or whatever, but the only way we're not gonna make it in leaps and bounds or overnight, but by sowing seeds. And those seeds, you might not see them. That's the hard part about it. When you sow seeds, if you plant in the garden and you sow seeds, that day, the next day you go up, you're not gonna see something coming up out the ground. But they working beneath the surface. And sooner or later, they're going to pop their head up and start growing.
Right.
So that's why it's so important to plant seeds, whether you see the difference right then or not, because it's got to grow. We got to grow up to where we want to be instead of, oh, we can go to bed tonight, we do this, tomorrow morning we wake up, we right there.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen that way.
Yeah, well, the world got us on Instacart. I mean, we on instant everything, really. You know what I'm saying? Instant. Everything in an instant form, right? I can mash this button and change it forever. And nowadays you can. That's why I heard it was always used to say, don't press in. Heard it was you say, don't you press in. Read it back a couple times before you press in.
That make a lot of sense.
Right? Because, see, this a thing. And this for everybody that call themselves on the conscious community. The energy you send out gonna return to sender. If you sending out negative energy, it's gonna return to you
4 times more than what you sent out.
So if you really love Black America, how could you explain your love? What can I do to prove that I really care about Black America? How could I be recognized like, hey man, he truly for his people? What would a person do to do that?
Well, you doing it right now for helping people's health.
I try my best to do what I do, and that's a joy. So y'all definitely can go to the home page on the States of the Losing, find my website, planet-remedy.com. We definitely put products together that help you balance yourself through consciousness first, because these journeys do take discipline.
Yeah.
These journeys take discipline. You know what I'm saying? And I'm human as everybody else, because if I see somebody doing something crazy and they look like me, I ain't gonna go over there and stand up for it.
Well, if you do, then you part of what they doing there.
You that's right. You join the team. And see, we ride on too many boats, man. We got too many addresses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess if you looked at it from a drone's view, you'll see us in every field dominating, even if we ain't getting recognized from it. But this just for people who really want to see Black people do what we see other people doing or what we think they doing. Because all groups have issues. All groups have the same issues we have. You know what I'm saying? All sex of people have the same issues we have. And we just the poster child of drama and trauma. We just don't, they gave that to us. We didn't earn it. That was forced upon us. They always showed the underbelly of Black America. And let everybody else seem to be not like that. And that changed your environment. When you think you come from the rough and your people the only ones that carry themselves a certain way, you will learn how to just get out the way. You will earn, man, listen, people sell they soul 7 days a week. It ain't just the entertainers. You see what I'm saying? We think people with money, the only people that sell their soul, man. We do. Look, a lot of us think the only people that sell their souls are rich people. But I can show you people living on a store clerk as money. For example, right? You could be a store clerk and you work at a store that only sell poison. That's all you sell. It's poison.
And you making money from it.
And you living off of it. So you can sell your soul to damage others. A lot, you the one that mediate them in a bad decision, because you got to make the bad decision to purchase it first off.
Yeah.
So that's the accountability of self. But if you there to sell it to them, and you think that you can worship in the Lord and be happy with that,
Mm-hmm.
and you living a life of just being a poison control dealer, and I ain't talking about no street drugs. I'm talking about if you work in certain food industries,
Mm-hmm.
if you work in a certain technical industry that's creating radioactive frequencies, if you work and you got a good job, they done told you it's a good job, it's a big company, you privileged to be here, you ought to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we sell our souls, man. We sell our souls in a lot of ways.
And once you sell your soul, can you get it back?
If you sell your soul, you couldn't afford it back. Because that's how priceless your soul is. But the moment you sell your soul, the value of your soul go up, but you ain't got no connection to it. You see what I'm saying? Like,
one soul is gone. It's gone.
once the soul is sold, it's gone.
Well, I want to do something right here.
Go ahead.
I want to challenge everybody. When you looking in the mirror, I know you can see what's behind me here. Hard facts, hard truth, or fake promises.
Okay.
Which one would you want?
Lean to your right for a sec so they can see the hard truth.
Can they see
no,
it?
the other way.
Other way.
Yeah, I should have said it left.
See it.
That's the hard truth right there. That's what he was talking about, y'all. In case y'all didn't catch it earlier.
Hard truth, fake promises. All right. So I'm gonna put it like this too. There's some good in the worst of us, and there's some bad in the best of us. That's all of us. So if you looking in the mirror, you thinking maybe, well, I'm no good. Get that out of your mind, because everybody got some good in them. It's just up to you which one you choose to come out, the good or the bad.
I definitely agree with you, man. And listen, y'all can definitely go back to the beginning of this show and watch the brother in his full entirety, or you can check him out. Just catch the link right there on the screen, because I think the brother dope. I do plan to use more of his work because I love the way he sees it for himself. So what is the solution? Accountability.
Your own accountability, not holding everybody else accountable.
Yeah.
You got to start with yourself.
You got to start and this is just for those who claim to be a black people person. If you really love your environment, your community, just answer some simple questions. How much money do you spend with black people for you to have your black lifestyle? Just start with that one question. How much money per week from your check do you spend in Black America for you to have something that's made specifically by your kind? If you don't have a business line of credit or dealings with somebody in Black America that's doing things that will support you, you ain't got a chance. You don't have a purpose to be in this fight. You shouldn't complain about what Black America has or has not done. You should not complain if you're not a part of this. And that's just me being me. You got anything? We'll close this one out, but go ahead.
Well, the only thing I'm gonna say is a fake promise. It's like trying to. It's a song come out a long time ago. If it don't fit, don't force it. Because I'm gonna break it down this way. If you got a screw or a bolt, you're gonna try to screw in, and that bolt don't fit, but you force it in there, it's not gonna hold. So that's my point. What I'm saying. Be hard truth. That's the only way to grow.
And you know what? The hard truth, hard to swallow, though, man. Yeah, I will say that the hard truth, hard to swallow. The hard truth for tonight's show is we got a lot of separation in our group, and our group really ain't a true group until we find some way to acknowledge things we all can agree on. And with the separations and all the divisions that run through Black America, I'm nervous at times on, can we turn this around? Is it by God's design for it to even be turned around? Because in my design of my consciousness, I want to see change. I want to see growth. I want to see some unity. And I'm going to learn to take accountability for what I'm bringing to the table for my kind. So what we do over here at the States of Delusion is just give y'all our honest opinion. We always try to find good content. So if you got good content that you would like for us to take a look at, for us to run your reel and let us talk about what you think about, you know what I'm saying? And if you like to hear that, man, please, y'all can hit us in the comment section. You can find an email on the homepage. Send us some of that work. Ask for, get in touch with us, man. We ain't hard to find. We trying to grow too. But we're going to definitely keep bringing good work, honest work, true opinions. These are our facts are just your opinion. Anything that I consider fact could be just your opinion, right? But with respect to everybody who take time to check us out, man, I definitely want to say thank y'all.
Thank you.
Shout out to the handful of subscribers. We need a lot more. Thank y'all for if you watched the video, you liked the video, you left a comment, you said something, you know what I'm saying? Start debates in the comment section for us too. We trying, man. I mean, like, I don't like walking away from nothing I got going, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to see this show grow.
Yeah, me too.
So shout out to you, Unc. You always show up. You always right on time, man. Love you like that. You got any parting words? If not, I'm going to close them down.
Well, go ahead and close it out, my brother.
All right, well, in the famous 2 words of States of Illusion, it's peace and power.
Thank you.